Hi everyone, welcome back to another edition of our newsletter. Glad that you're joining us again for another video introduction, I suppose, to my articles for this fortnight. So really busy, not much changes in that space in schools around this time of the term. It's a long term. Been speaking to students a lot at the moment around maintaining those high expectations for them in the classroom and for their behaviour. Although we're getting towards the end of the term, there's no reason for students to slack off or to think that certain behaviour is okay. We'll maintain those really high standards for them behaviourally and academically right through until the end of the term, and when we do that, we know that everyone has a much greater term, and most importantly, they're much more likely to be successful during that time. At the end of the term in week 11, from the 26th to the 28th of June, we've got our school review occurring. So over those 3 days, we'll have a team of 3 people who are external to the school, employed by the department, who'll come in and talk to myself, my leadership team, teachers, teacher aides, parents and students about the sorts of things that are occurring in our school in regards to our learning, our environment, our behaviour, management strategies. And the idea of the review is really to capture the work that's occurring here and inform us of the things that we're doing really well, and look at some of the things that need a little bit more attention, and that then forms our 4-year strategic plan. So during that time, if you're asked by one of the reviewers to have a chat, we really encourage you to do that, and encourage you to be really honest and open about the sorts of things that you see here at the school, and even talk about some of the sorts of things that you might like to see occurring as well. And finally, parking. It's always a problem. It's a problem, I think, in every school that I've ever worked at, and certainly something you hear about, particularly in large schools, being a little bit challenging. So rather than today talking about our parking problems, I'd like to talk to you about some things that I think can really help avoid some of those parking dramas. I think the simplest one is considering just being a couple minutes, maybe 5 minutes later for that afternoon pickup. At about 3 o'clock here, there is next to no traffic out in Tina Street in particular. So just being a few minutes late, asking the children to wait under the big tree at the front here can actually be a really simple way for you to avoid some of those congestion issues. And I guess from a healthy lifestyle point of view, just parking a little bit further away, taking a short walk, using that time to talk with your children as you go back to the car, it might cost you another 5 or 10 minutes. If you're not in a rush, that's something I think that would be really beneficial to you and to your children. Anyway, have a great week, and we'll see you again next fortnight.